From October 8th to October 12th, I documented my water, energy, and trash waste with a chart and videos. I uncovered a lot about my own consumption patterns. Using my new awareness, I reflected about how waste fits into development and sustainability. Here's a glimpse of what I've discovered. To track my water waste, I tallied when I brushed my teeth, flushed, washed my hand, and showered on a chart. I used, on average, 1.25 liters of water to wash my hands and 1.5 liters to brush my teeth. In total, I wasted 588.7 liters of water. If I scaled my water usage to the 2,450 students at Middlebury over 1 year, that would be 105,199,570 liters of water down the drain. That's enough to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool 42 times. By making my water waste visible, I am now aware of how much water I use. It's easy to say that I conserve water, but when I can actually see my waste, I can make changes to reduce that. My own patterns are part of common habits around the country. I often use water without recognizing where it comes from and where it goes when I'm done. Making it visible in this way necessitates change. I tracked my energy waste differently. I recorded the amount of time that I didn't actively use energy on a chart. I found that if I combined the electricity used to power the lights, my MacBook, and a fan, then I produced 337.12 watts per hour per day. That's enough power to power almost 2 refrigerators, which run at 185 watts. After seeing on paper that I waste enough energy to power about 2 large home appliances, I know that I can waste less. Also, no matter how guilty I feel about leaving the lights on, unintentional waste is still waste. The invisibleness of energy allows it to accumulate over time. On a larger scale, all of our waste has an impact on our finite resources. Now that I have given an awareness or a visibility to light, I am definitely going to use it more intentionally. Since physical trash is easier to collect, I decided to carry my waste. I would deposit anything I couldn't finish into a grocery bag. A couple weeks later, I decided to unpack my bags and then developed a greater understanding about my own patterns. I use a lot of paper towels and can't go a day without using Q-tips. In order to better understand how much paper towel I use, I decided to unravel them and lay them out in my hallway. The paper towels stretch 54 feet. The world's landfills don't need any more trash to hide. By making my trash visible, I could easily see my own consumption patterns. When I literally unpacked my waste, I discovered a narrative of early morning Q-tips, afternoon apple cores, and nighttime floss. Understanding my own patterns of disposal has made me consider what would my trash look like if I'd kept all of it. Where has it ended up? Where has all of our trash ended up? By stripping away the invisibility of my trash, I became more intentional about my consumption. The 5 days allowed me to understand the bigger picture of waste in the context of development and the environment. In terms of the Brundtland definition of sustainable development, I'm not meeting any actual needs by showering for 10 minutes, and that I'm wasting liters of water that could have been used in the future. Also, because I live in a place where clean water flows out of a faucet, I am disconnected for those for whom water is a daily chore. The awareness I brought to my own water consumption highlighted that I must be more intentional to ensure that others present and future have access to this resource. Energy and sustainability are two commonly linked terms in contemporary discourses of development. I became acutely aware of my energy waste during those 5 days, and I would remember the impact of consumption of foreign fossil fuels and their impact on communities in the Niger Delta. On this campus, the impact on communities abroad is diminished by the biomass plant just yards away from my dorm. While a good alternative to foreign oil, Middlebury has only taken a natural resource, in this case wood chips, and made them useful by providing energy for the campus. This process of industrialization then feeds our extravagant consumption of energy. But when we leave campus, how do we adapt our consumption to energy that may have arrived in more uneven and unjust ways? Like water and energy, trash also has clear connections to development and the environment. The progression of capitalism has provided me with the goods to consume and then waste. In this disposable economy, it is easy to throw out my trash into a bin and then forget about it. My possibly useful and definitely finite waste is then sequestered in a landfill. If everyone practices similar patterns, all of the world's resources would be buried underneath tons of trash, and it is. This process is also indicative of the global waste management problem, in which waste of all kinds gets unevenly transported to marginalized areas. My own patterns have illuminated how my own consumption and disposal of waste have a small but contributing impact on the environment. But while all of these patterns and connections with the environment may paint a dismal picture, the best thing about waste is that I am the one who creates it. I am responsible for the trash that I produce and therefore have the agency to do something about it. By intentionally using water, shutting off the lights, or reconsidering grabbing an extra napkin during lunch, I can reduce the waste that I produce and the impact that it has on my local and global environments.